Okay, yeah.
Okay, so last week we did a business boot camp and we kind of launched a way to help get people's businesses started, help walk them through the process. But some of it didn't fit for all of our customers, right? So Amy and I have gone through and we have gone through a couple different trainings and we've gone through what has worked for us in the past. And so we've kind of gone with two different tracks. And a lot of you have talked with Amy and I separately, but these are the forms that we've come up with after, feedback from the group and everything. So the first group of people that majority of the people that join our teams are going to be in is the slower, just want an accountability partner, possibly get their products covered, basically going silver, right? And so we sent that form to you, and the first thing that you want to do, and hopefully you've talked about their health goals before they even sign up, so that you've helped them pick their product package, you know what they're going for, and you're able to check in with them that way. So you know why they're starting, and if you're not sure because they just said, oh, I'm ready, and you were so excited you just got them to sign up, which happens, and then you're like, oh, what do you need? Where are you in your health journey? How much water do you take? Do you go to the bathroom? How much exercise do you have? And you ask those questions, okay? You talk about what they would like to see over the next 3 months. And this is your in to talk about, in the first 3 months, I noticed that I stopped drinking Diet Coke. And then I noticed at my sister-in-law's birthday party that I couldn't even finish the cupcake, and Mama doesn't share sweets. So, you talk about things that are non-scale victories in those first 3 months, because most people are starting with us for weight loss. Even though our preach is gut health, most people, even if they're joining for migraines, they also want to lose weight, because that's just how it works, right? So you want to talk to them about non-scale victories as early in your conversation as possible. Obviously, weight and inches lost is going to be on people's list, and that's totally fine. It's on mine, right? So you're going to talk about health goals first, because that's our first priority. We want people to fall in love with our products and see results, because that's when they share. That's when we get to benefit more and more lives, is when people fall in love because they are benefiting from the products. So every person who is in your current back office or joins you needs to get that back office tutorial video that was shared last week. And if you don't have it, we're going to put it on our team pages and make sure everyone has it. What you need to do this week, one of our tasks for this week, is to make sure you send some sort of message that says, hey, I know that we've talked about the 6 codes, or if you haven't sent the 6 code message to them, I want to be sure whether you utilize those codes or not, whether you want to share your website or not, you know how to find it when you do, and you know how to change your order. Here is a quick tutorial that you can watch to be able to help you get familiar with your website, okay? So everyone needs to have that, and I know that there are people on my team that I need to send that message to. I handle, I don't know, probably 50% of my wholesale customers' accounts for them, which is perfectly fine by me. But I want them to have access and knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. We want them to know how to do it, even if I still handle it for them. And that will be a clause in my spiel to them, is that, look, I'm not telling you have to do it. I'm just saying I want you to know how, if you need to find your website for whatever reason, okay? And then what you're going to talk to them about is grabbing an accountability partner. People who want to get their products covered, ask them, think of the people that you know and love that you want to feel better with you. Who do you know that could have better energy? Who do you know that is sick often and needs, a stronger immune system? Who do you know that complains of being tired all the time? Ask them those cues and then just wait. Don't fill in the blanks for them. If they say they know no one, be like, well, just think about it, because I know that when I got started, I wanted my mom to have energy to run around with my kids. Or, just think about who in your life you're around the most that you've heard talk about health ailments, because they know people, okay? So you ask them to think about that. Have them name 3 to 5. If they can name more than that, that's even better, right? We always add them to the team pages, tag them in a couple of posts. not all at once. Don't welcome them and then tag them in 16 things and then send them messages. Stagger it out a little bit. Don't overwhelm them. And then you follow up and celebrate, hey, how was day one? How'd you like the taste of Slim? And when they tell you they loved it, you're like, yay, it's my favorite drink of the day, whatever. Celebrate everything that they love or every win that they take. Even if it's, hey, are you starting to get in a routine? And they say, yes, finally, I'm in a routine of taking my products. That's a big deal. Okay. So celebrate all of those things, especially when they tell you they've lost 10 pounds or they, slept all night for the first time. Those are huge. So blow those up, brag on them. And then the key here is to invite them to participate in team functions. So when we have online events or a 3-day slim, be like, I know that you're loving your products. Just thought if you wanted to make sure you knew that we were doing a 3-day event. If you had any friends that wanted to try Slim, I'd love to help you get them, some samples. And so you just keep encouraging them to share because they love their products. Someone they know will. And eventually, most people at least tell somebody, right? And then your goal would be to find them an accountability partner pretty quickly, just so that they have somebody they can bounce some ideas off of. I mean, if somebody grabs an accountability partner, put them in a 3-way message. Say, hey, I'm so glad y'all are doing this together. I'm here to answer questions. Let's check in together. Let's encourage each other over the next 3 months. And so then down at the bottom of that sheet, we have a checklist just for you to be able to keep track of. I am filling these out for my new ambassadors that I signed this week tonight so that I know, and I'm putting their names on my calendar for the days that I need to follow up. If you're, ice maker. Mark the days in your calendar to follow up with people, and that helps you keep track. Siri on your phone, you can be like, hey, remind me on December 14th. Set a reminder for December 14th to follow up with Susan. She sent me, messages during the day to follow up with people, and that's been helpful. So figure out what system works for you. Anybody have any questions about that system?
Has everyone seen the document that Erin's talking about? Yes. Okay. If not, I can screen share just so you can see.
The goal, yeah, go ahead.
Can you go over again, which team pages are we thinking we should put new wholesale customers on? Put them on 2 or 1 or what's
I would say team pages, you need to definitely have your closest upline, which is me, who has a team page, and then your closest jewel, and that's Abby's page.
Okay.
The other resource that's really good is Wellness Warriors. Mm-hmm. Some of them may already be on that page, but if not, you can add them to that. That one isn't as busy, so I don't mind throwing people up on that. I usually kind of add them one at a time. I don't add them on all the team pages all at once. So I kind of do like my page and Wellness Warriors. And then once they're settled in and everybody's welcomed them, I just say, hey, I added you to this other one because there's usually bigger prizes on that page and there's more information should you want it. And I make sure that they know it's okay to turn notifications off and that I will tag them in something that, I think is super relevant to them, or it's a contest that they're eligible for. And so that way, stay in the page, but turn the notifications off or do just highlights or however you want to do it so you don't get overwhelmed. And I tell everybody that whether they want to work the business or not, just because it can be overwhelming for sure.
Okay, thanks.
How do you handle that, Amy?
Same way. Yep. I usually do my page, Abby's, and then Wellness Warriors. Mm-hmm. And, I think sometimes I don't, depending on personality, and this is where you have to use your people skills. If it's somebody who maybe took a long time for me to get on board, kind of gets a little overwhelmed with things, like I'll start them small and they will just start on my team page. But then maybe after they've had success with the products, they're really enjoying them, I'll add them to Abby's page. It's so important for them to eventually be on a Jewel page because especially during the season when rank ups are happening, and like really exciting things are happening, they're going to have a completely different experience on a Jewel page than they are on our page. I know Erin started sharing because she saw something on Erin or Lindsay, on Abby or Lindsay's page. I don't know who. But the only reason she started sharing was because she saw it.
Mhm.
So you never know who's watching, and it's a very different experience. And so everybody needs to have that. And they don't have to tune in all the time. They can definitely turn it off, like Erin said. So I'm with you. Okay, I am going to talk about the next page. So kind of our goal, our goal with this is to help all of us simplify the process when we sign up a new ambassador. So that we're all saying the same thing. We're all talking the same talk. And when we have like a downline who signs up who wants to work the business, we can say, okay, this is what you need to do. We have something laid out for them that's very simple and easy for them to go through. Something that's like that I have struggled with is when I have ambassadors, especially during a really busy season, I tend to skip these first steps, and they're so important not to skip. And so hopefully this will help us to make sure that we're hitting these first steps every time, because it's so important in us helping them and in our customer service. And so, as soon as you sign someone up, whether you sign them up over the phone, or even if you're like me and you do most of your signups yourself, give them a phone call. That needs to be the first thing that you do, is call them on the phone. So I'm going to kind of walk through what it looks like to sign someone up and walk them through the first few days if they're interested in the business. And so if they're pushing for silver, and they may not jump in and be like, yes, I want to go diamond. I want to be at the very top. But it may be someone who has a financial need, somebody who, for us, like this is the category that I fell in when I first started. And so somebody who's like actively saying, yes, I want to work the business, or I want to explore that possibility. I think the biggest change that we made from last week to this is we, as the ambassador, are filling this out. You are not sending this to them. Because we want to hear what they have to say, and then we can keep it for our own records. They don't need to send it and, fill it out and send it back to us. So that first phone call, very similar to what Erin was just talking about. Why are you starting Plexus? It's important for us to know why they're starting. Do they have headaches? Do they have baby weight they want to lose? Blood sugar problems. Why are they starting? What changes do they want to make? And then ask them, like, what does their health regimen look like right now? How much water are you drinking? If you're not drinking water and you started the products, that's a problem. We need to get you on some water. But if you don't ask that question, then you don't know to tell them, hey, you got to drink some water. None of this is going to work. How often are they going to the bathroom? What's their exercise regimen? We want to help them see that this is a tool. This is not like the end all be all. It's not a magic pill. This is a tool to help you become the healthier version of yourself. So then you're going to walk them through back office, just like Erin talked about. I actually put that link in the comments. So y'all copy that, paste, and save it in your phone and your notes or whatever. But that's for wholesale customers. It shows them exactly how to work their back office, how to order, where the shareables are, all the tools, all the stuff they need to know is there. So send them that. Help them see what they can do in their back office. Especially like the help chat, like the live help desk. I don't know if y'all are using that, but it is like the best thing Plexus has done in a while. I am obsessed with it. And so, show them that. That is easy for them to go and get great customer service real quick. And then why? This is where it starts to get a little bit different from the original. Or from the one Erin just did. Why did they say yes to the Plexus business? This is so important because when somebody like verbalizes their goals, they have such a higher chance of meeting those goals. And it helps you to see how you need to help them. If they want to make $200 a month, your plan for them is going to look very different than if they want to make $1,000 a month, or if they want to do Fast Start Gold, or, any more than that. And so it's really important to find out why they're doing it and then how much money they're looking to earn. And this is something that's constantly changing. My why in the beginning is very different than my why now. Like how much I wanted to make in the beginning, I wanted to get my products covered, is incredibly different now. And that's great. It's supposed to change, but we all have a starting point. And so you as an ambassador need to find out what their starting point is and help them figure out how they're going to get from point A to point B. I would encourage you guys just to start at silver. Don't say, when do you want to be Ruby? Or when you get to Ruby, you can make this much money. Or when would you like to go to Hawaii, this year or next year? Don't talk about that yet. Just talk about the first step. The first step is silver. And then as time goes on, their belief in the products and the business will grow, and you can have those conversations then. But your goal now is just to lay the foundation. And then at the bottom, we also have a checklist for reaching out. So I think, and this is something that's changed even like since me and Erin started, when you first sign on or when you first sign an ambassador, encourage them. The first thing they need to do is make their list of 64. And that's the one that's in back office. Make their list of 64, who they're going to reach out to. And then encourage them to reach out to close family and friends first. Y'all, I did not do this, and it's something that I really regret. Encourage them to reach out to their mom, their sister, their best friend from high school, best friend from college, whoever is close to them that they can easily talk to, and say, hey, I want you to do this with me. Sorry, my face just popped up and it scared me. This is something, very large face all of a sudden. This is something I'm really excited about. You know, my friend Erin is not drinking Diet Cokes anymore. She's not taking naps during the day. That sounded like me. I'm going to start it. I'm excited to see what happens. Why don't you do it with me? It does two things. It gives them practice on people that they love and people that are going to listen to them and support them. And then number two, it just sets them up for success. And it kind of helps take the awkwardness out of the situation. I know for me, I did not talk to my best friends about it early on. And it was kind of awkward until we had that conversation because they knew that I was doing it. They saw it on Facebook. They saw me doing things, but I had not had that conversation with them yet. And of course, they support me. But I had not had that conversation. So it was like, okay, who's going to say something first? What is she doing? Why is she doing this? But if I would have called first and been like, Chandler, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm so excited about it. You know, if you don't want to join me, that's totally fine, but I would love your support. You know, like my post, comment on my post, but just take that awkwardness out and take control of the situation. So have them reach out to their close friends and family first. Go ahead, Erin.
I was just going to say, it's a little bit like if you were going to be opening a boutique or a restaurant or whatever, you would have talked to all of those people before opening day for them to come buy something from you. Chances are on opening day, they would have been the first people through the doors. So, but they would have had a minute to process it before it was out there for the rest of the world. And for some reason, that makes a huge difference. I'm in the same boat as Amy. I didn't talk to my family or my friends about it. And it was a super big elephant in the room for months. And it's because it was easier to talk to people I didn't really know through a computer than people in front of me because it was just uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. But it would have had a different mindset, just like she said, had I talked to my family first. So just think about like this is their small business or their snowball stand or however big they want it to be, but they would have talked to their people before opening.
And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It can literally be like, hey, I'm giving this a try. Let's try for 6 months. Let's do it together. You know, I mean, it doesn't, I think sometimes and this is me personally, I make it out to be bigger in my head than it really is. You know, like if I would talk to my friends about it at first, they would not have thought that I had like fallen off the crazy train. They would have supported me, you know, but I made it such a big deal in my head. And in reality, that's really not what the situation would have been. So encourage them. Reach out to close friends and families. Help them do that. If they're going to send a text, help them come up with that text message. And then give them a new ambassador message, like a sample message, and say, okay, you have your list of 64. Your goal is to reach out to all 64 in the first 30 days. And if you break that down by day, I have not done that, but it's not very many messages a day. So encourage them to do that. And then say, okay, you get the conversation started. Send me some screenshots of what's going on, what they're saying, and then I will help you. And then when they get interested, bring me into the conversation and let's start a 30 message. This is so important because this is how your new ambassador is going to learn. In the beginning, they don't know what they don't know. Like, do y'all remember feeling like that? I remember the first few months, I was like, I don't even know like what questions to ask because I literally know nothing. I'm drinking some like pink drink and that's it. So Abby was in all of my conversations, and she was the one who answered the questions that I didn't even know existed. So include your upline in a 3A message. This is so, so important. It helps you learn, and it helps take some pressure off of your potential. So reaching out, start there. Once they've reached out to their close friends and family, they let their immediate circle know, then they can do their first post. And, you know, this does not have to this would happen pretty quickly. Hopefully they'll tell their friends, family in a day or two, then they can make their first post. And so just help them with that first post. I encourage you to write it with them or write it for them. If they don't feel comfortable like sharing what their goals are, say, okay, I would say, this is my story. Use my story and say you're really excited about giving these products a shot. Help them choose like the picture that goes with it. Encourage them to put a picture of themselves or their family. If they've gotten their products, have them take a paint drink selfie. But let's not do graphics. You want their audience to see them excited about the products. And so that starts with that first picture and that first post. So that first post is like your grand opening. Like Erin was just talking about, if you open up a shop, that first post is your hello to the world. This is what I'm doing this as a business. And so it really is so, so important. And if you need help with that, like if you and your downline are not sure, send it to us. Like we'd be more than happy to look over it with you. And then at the very bottom, there's more checklists. So your first phone call, you send instructions, add to the team page, list of 64, first post, and you follow up. And so hopefully this will help. This is literally one sheet of paper. Both of them are. It's not complicated. It's not long. The people who are all in, who are wanting to work the business, that is not one conversation. That is several conversations over a few days. But it's just to serve as a guide for you and a place for you to write down things and take notes so that you know how to help your new ambassador. So that is for people who are wanting the business. Do y'all have any questions on that? No?
So the bottom line is you can have 2 tracks, and there's actually like a third, like a middle, like they don't necessarily want to go silver, but maybe they'll grab one person. But you pick a path and you help them grab an accountability partner, or you set up a time to talk with them to really, if somebody wants to make money, you find out what their financial goal is and say, okay, this is what our goal would be. This is what we need to do. This is how I would help you. And you get the commitment from them in a conversation.
I can hear you. Can y'all hear?
You can't hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Like, I'm going to give you all an example. I have a friend who signed up with me last night. She literally has been a preferred customer for over a year. She's been offered multiple times to upgrade because she's super influential. She is into everything. She knows everyone. Like, she's a good ambassador, right, to have. But she never was ready. We were at lunch yesterday and I was like, look, I don't know which products you are still loving. I don't know, because she randomly orders and she got like a box of stuff from somebody, like, you know how it works. And so she was like, yeah, actually, I really do. I said, well, I have these free memberships and, you're welcome to one. I know you love your products, blah, blah, blah. And she said, oh yeah, I definitely want to do that. And so at that point I say, and I don't know if this is something that you're interested in. I know you're busy, but if you wanted to make your money back, you just grab 3 people and you can make almost $500. And, and then she was like, what? And then the person who is so busy and has a job and never wanted to do this was like, I've actually been thinking about a side hustle. So you never know when someone's going to be ready for a different scenario for their life. And so we were able to have the conversation, and I did not go into depth, but I was like, look, you know way more people than me. I'm making enough to stay home. You could be making enough to stay home way faster than I did, because 6 billion more people than me. And by I mean like she knows their life story and could walk up to anyone on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and have a conversation with them. So that's when you're like, look, you could do this if you wanted to, but if you just wanted to make $500, I can help you do that. And so she was like, yeah, let's have coffee later this week and talk about it more after I sign up. So getting in front of people, I know that last week, the big bulk was that we were encouraging phone calls and FaceTimes and Zooms so that you can talk about goals with people and what we have to own up to, because I know at the beginning that would have terrified me to have had to have done that. But the first, when I think about it, the first ambassadors that I signed up were people that talked on the phone with me or I went and had coffee with. Those were the people that signed up with me. So you have to be willing to get in front of someone so they can see your face, so they can hear your voice, so they know you're not trying to sell them something, right? People can tell if they're looking at you whether you're just trying to, slide over an extra package of something that just seems like a good idea, right? So we have to own up to the fact that it's scary and it's just a lot easier to stay behind a computer screen. So we have to be willing to talk to people in person or over the phone to get them signed up and committed, because that's what it takes,
And I'll say the last 6 ambassadors that I've signed, I have gotten on the phone with every single one of them, and that's how they signed up. I sent them a message, it's people that had gone back and forth and said, hey, let me just talk to you on the phone and answer. Clearly you have questions. Let me help you walk through these questions. And all 6 of them signed up by the end of the conversation. And I think it's because they're able to hear the excitement in my voice. And there's something more trustworthy about hearing somebody's voice than reading a message from them on your phone or on the computer. And it's not as scary as you think it is. My last conversation with somebody, I had to say, you know what? I don't know that answer, but I'm going to find out and get back to you. And that's okay. I don't know it all. That's for sure in any area of my life. And so it's okay to say those things. You don't have to put that pressure on yourself to have every answer ready to go as soon as they ask it. So I think making that connection, and you're showing them that they're a priority. You're taking time out of your busy schedule to have a conversation with them. And so it shows that they're important, you care about their health and their life, and you want to connect with them. Do you want to do, so Aaron, I'll go to the next part. Do y'all have any questions on that before we move on? So we've sent you guys both of these forms. I want y'all to download them, print them out, look at them. If you have questions about it, reach out to us. If you still have things that we need to tweak on it, let us know. We would love feedback. This is a system that we're hoping is going to simplify everyone's life, but it is something that, is still a little bit of a work in progress. And so we want this to be helpful and beneficial for sure. Aaron, do you have anything else about that? No. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give you all some action steps and things that we think that we're going to be personally doing to grow our business this week, and things we want you guys to be doing as well. The most important thing, and y'all, this is so important. I want you tonight to go into your back office, and some of you may have done this already. Go into your back office and write down all of your level ones. All of your level ones and your preferred customers. Even write them down. I want you to reach out to all of your level ones about the possibilities of this month. Even if they have not gotten the 6 free membership codes, I promise you we can find you some membership codes. But talk to them about the possibility of this month. If they, sign 3 people up, they're going to get, the business building bonuses are going to go silver. If they sign up 6, they get an iPad plus the other $75. They have just such potential this month, and you have a free membership. And so y'all, it is so much easier to reach out to someone when you have something to give them up front. So it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, I think, of some of these people who've been scared to share the business, because they can just say, hey, I've got a $40 off coupon. You want to try this? If I had if Anna came to me and was like, I have a $40 off coupon in Anthropologie, I'd be like, heck yeah, I want that coupon. So you're just sharing something that you love. If I have a $40 off coupon for Plexus, I'm going to share it with somebody that I think needs the products. And so help them see it that way. That's what this is. It's a $40 off coupon. So have them talk to their friends and family about signing up. Don't assume that they're not going to want to do it. Just like Erin just said, she had someone who had no interest and, is now thinking about that possibility. So don't assume they don't want to do it until you've actually given them the opportunity to consider that this month. I'm not sure what the word I was looking for there. But I also encourage them to get involved with parties. I know Erin is doing one tomorrow night. Our team is doing one on Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday night for East Coast people. There's so many opportunities to invite people to things this month. Again, all I have to say is, hey, I've got 6 $40 off coupons. Why don't you come hear about these products, see if they're a good fit for you, and I'll give you one. It doesn't have to be very complicated. Aaron, do you have anything to add to that? Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
typing. I was trying to type up a message to be able to share about
Oh,
like
yeah,
what the possibilities are. One person, hey, I'm so excited to tell you, we all have $40 coupons to grab friends to do this with us this month. I know you love your products. If you were to grab one friend, you make anywhere from $25 to $40 because if they buy a $99 pack, they get the building bonus. If they get a $199, you don't have to go into that part, but just so y'all know,
Cool.
if they do a $199, they get 40 because they get pay points and the building bonus. And then you can go into, but if you were to grab 3, you get, anywhere from 175 to whatever, if they've never gone silver before, like tell them what the possibility is. If they, but if you were to grab 6, this is the best part. You'll get an iPad on top of all that money. Do you want to do this? I would love to help you get some extra cash this month. You're offering them a way to make extra money. That's not
at least $250.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the message I was trying to type up. Definitely, one of the tasks that we were working on last week, I know, was getting any of your retailer preferred customers, whether they're still ordering or not, sending a message that says, hey, I know you loved your Slim at one point. If now is a good time to get restarted, I have a $40 off coupon so you can get the best price for a year. Would love to help you do that. And maybe even grab a couple of friends and make some money along the way. Are you interested? Super simple, easy follow-up message with preferred customers. Same thing for wholesale customers that haven't ordered for a while. And then, am I missing anything, Amy, on that front?
Well, and, even when you have somebody that's wanting to sign on, if they say the money is an issue, which is something that you hear a lot, be like, hey, I've got 3 free coupon codes. Like, do you want those? And you can give them to your friends and family, and we can get you, $175 right off the bat. Like, we have these tools to give away this month. Like, we need to take full advantage of them because these aren't going to come along again.
And this week is online party blitz galore. So if you have a preferred customer and they always tell you money's an issue, or a wholesale customer, say, hey, we're having an online event tomorrow. I can put you in it. Grab some friends, have them come. We're giving away free memberships at the end. Do you want to invite some people to this party? Give them an opportunity and say, you don't have to tell them anything about Plexus. I'm going to do it all for you. And give people the opportunity. If our wholesale customers aren't given the opportunity, they can't take advantage of it, right? Because most of them are not checking Facebook. The only people who check Facebook this often and that regularly are people who work MLM businesses. Mm-hmm. Everyone else checks it, once a day, a couple times a week. Like, it's not their livelihood, right? So give them the opportunity to come to online events this week.
And even if they are checking Facebook, the notifications and group stuff has changed so much that they're probably not seeing it anyways. And so it's your responsibility to let them know, like person to person, send a text, send a message, send a voice message, something to let them know about the things that are going on this week. And like I said, there's so many codes. We will find codes for you. That is not a problem. Nobody should sign up and pay $40 this month. We can help with that for sure. And then we talked about the back office tools. I put that link up there. Y'all make sure you just watch the video, send it to your wholesale customers. And then the last thing for our task for you this week are posting themes. And so Erin told me she was doing this with her team, and I loved it. So we're going to do it tonight too. And so I kind of wrote down a few posting themes. Erin, if you have any other ones, feel free to throw them out there.
Okay.
But so a posting theme, all that is something that kind of gives you ideas, inspiration for your post during the week. It tries to change it up a little bit. But for Monday, I said, make it happen Monday. So typically it's like Motivation Monday. You can do Make It Happen Monday. So a goal that you have that you're setting for yourself, whether it's like getting up early and working out, getting in your water during the day, whatever goal it is that you have, like you're making it happen on Monday. So, because Erin does a great job with this. Erin always posts her workouts in the morning. And so that's a great example of a Make It Happen Monday. Tuesday, I did a Tell Me Tuesday. And so for this, it can be like something that I love doing the post where you ask like fellow Plexus friends to comment below with something like some victory they've experienced with the products. And so you can have them tell you like what's one health struggle you've overcome or health goal that you've met being on Plexus. If you don't want to do that one, then you can say, hey, tell me your favorite recipe to do during the spring, something like that, but something that gets a lot of engagement. Wednesday, I did What Do You Think Wednesday? We all know that people love to give you their opinions and thoughts. And so ask an opinion. Ask someone to help you pick out your swimsuit for spring break. Or, I don't know, what's their favorite vacation they do in the summer? You're trying to get ready for summertime. Something where people, again, this is an engagement post. Engagement posts are so, so important these days on Facebook. If you have a really high engagement post, then your Plexus posts are going to go out to that audience as well. So if you feel like you're not getting a whole lot of interaction on your post or the same people are seeing it, do some strong engagement posts this week and get those out there. Thursday, I did Throwback Thursday. This can be anything from a cute picture from last year, like a before you started Plexus, after you started Plexus. And these don't all have to be Plexus related. They can just be like, personal posts as well. And then Friday, I did Freedom Friday. So again, something that you've experienced freedom from, a financial freedom story. It can be your own personal story. It can be, another success story from another ambassador. But think about your posts during the week. Y'all can use those, and I can type them in the comments. And I encourage you just to kind of plan them out ahead of time so that the day of, like, you're taking a full advantage of having a post out there. You're not just throwing something up. And all these things will be super beneficial to your business. So I'll type those in there real quick.
Some other things, some other thoughts for posts. Like mine for tomorrow is a motivation Monday, but putting a spin on it, and I'm putting a picture of my kids and my husband, and that is my motivation for continuing to grow an at-home business. This is why I want to help others do the same, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm doing a Motivation Monday spin on throwing in the business. Talk to me Tuesday, that can be an engagement thing. But just like she said with the have Plexus people tell you their thing, do an engagement post on Tuesday. Wellness Wednesday, fun fact about one of our products. I'm probably focusing a lot on Slim and MetaBurn this week, so it'll probably be a fun fact about MetaBurn. Thursday, Throwback Thursday, that's always a good personal post. Because Time Hop is an amazing machine for those, and also a before and after of Plexus, yours, someone else's. It's easy to do. Freedom Friday, Diamond Docs, Success Story Saturday, or Saturday Selfie, or Sunday something, and always, say, hey, what's in your cup? Saturday Selfie with your pink drink. What's in your cup? And then some Plexus people will post pictures with their pink drink and stuff like that. So, and don't be afraid to comment on other people's stuff with an old picture of you holding your pink drink. No one else has to know that that's not what you're wearing today. So, help each other out in that aspect.
And kind of be thinking, Erin was saying she's going to be posting a lot about Slim and MetaBurn. Think about the season that we're about to enter. During the winter, I posted a lot about Probio 5, X Factor Plus, kids vitamins, because that's the season we were in. We were in 6th season. We're about to be in swimsuit season or short season. So, start thinking about that. What are people going to start doing this time of year? They're going to start wanting to lose weight, get healthy again. They're getting outside. They're moving around. And so think about those things as you're posting, because that's what most people are thinking about this time of year. I know that I am. So yeah, I hope that was helpful to y'all. Anything else, Erin?
I was just going to ask how everybody's week went last week. Are your posts, are you getting good feedback on any messages you're sending about the 6 codes? Do you have someone you think you're stuck on? Is there anything we can help you with tonight before the week gets started? Y'all just had the perfect week. I love it.
Okay, what do you have?
So I have a customer that just did like the 7-day trial pack slim, and she wasn't able to get in on like a pink week or anything like that, but she's ghosting me. And she's actually a really close friend. Her husband's a pilot with my husband and like all these things, but I don't know how, like I've already told her, it's like Plexus has great things right now. You know, I've got a $40 coupon. I told her that, but she hasn't said anything. And so I'm kind of like, okay, you know, I need some advice on a ghosting from a friend that just won't reply back. And like, I'm texting her. It's more personal than sending like a Facebook message or whatever. So yeah.
Erin is the messaging queen. I'm going to let Erin take this.
So first off, did she like the slim? Did you ask?
Oh yeah. She said, I think I'm gonna try to get you know, a month of slim, and so I was like, oh good, you know, you should try to get it at wholesale, and she just hasn't replied. So
okay, so when it's a close friend, I'm like, look, if now's not a good time, or maybe you rethought it, just know that it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm glad I'm glad that you tried it and you liked it, but if it's not a good time, don't feel like you can't tell me. It's totally fine. So you give them permission to tell you no, so that they just stop ignoring you.
okay.
And then you change the subject. You've given them permission. If they don't reply, you know what the answer is, because they're not interested right this second. But oftentimes if you're like, hey, you fell off the face of the earth, are you alive?
Yeah.
It's okay to tell me no. They're usually like, no, I'm busy with the kids or work or, you know, whatever. So just give them permission to no, especially when it's a close friend. They don't want to hurt your feelings if you know, but if she only liked slim and she only wants that, she doesn't need to be a preferred customer.
Right.
And you know, if you do reach out to her and she responds, I mean, you could always invite her to the party on Wednesday night. Be like, hey, I know you love the slim. Like, we're going to be giving away some products on Wednesday. Come learn about the other products and see what's out there. And so, yeah, but I would start with, you know, removing the, was it elephant in the room? Is that the same?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Any other questions? All right. Well, I think that's it for this.
We were going to tell y'all about that Dough app. Have y'all seen the post about the Dough app? Y'all know what we're talking about?
It's awesome.
So there is, they aren't technically working for Plexus, but this company launched or pitched something to Plexus where you can go to this app called Dough. I'll find the post on Andrea's page so that y'all know where to go. But this app, it uploads all your friends from Facebook, and then when they launch, are we doing Instagram, or did they already do Instagram?
I think they just did Instagram. I haven't done it yet.
Okay, I haven't done it yet either. But anyway, so they upload everyone, and then you can pick if you want to do 5 or 10. Like, you get to pick how many people you want a day, and it just generates names for you to send messages to. And in that app, and then you log if you've done it. You can X them out if you aren't excited to send them a message, or you can delete them if it's a duplicate or whatever. But in that app, when you click log, then it says, what did y'all talk about today? So today I was like, new reach out, asked if they were interested in more info, so that when their name pops back up in 2 months or next month or whatever, because then I'd put where I wanted them to pop back up, then I know what I've reached out to them about before. So basically it just generates your daily list for you, so you don't have to scroll Facebook for 25 minutes trying to think of someone that you haven't messaged. And the first 10 people it pulled up, I've never messaged before. So, and I've been doing this business for 2.5 years and thought I had worked my way through my Facebook friends list, but evidently those don't all show up at the same time either. So
I'm going to show y'all real quick. I just pull mine up. So if it's okay, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you what it looks like. Okay. So it's awesome. So, it has right here, like all of my people I need to reach out to today. I have mine set to 10, but you can change it to 5, 3, whatever your goal is for yourself. And then customers I need to reach out to, and then my ambassadors. And so this way I know that I'm covering all of my people. What's really cool is when I log in, I can type in my note here about what I talked to her about, and then I can set, so actually this girl that is clicked on is someone that I'm like, have been talking to a lot. And so I need to follow up with her every 2 days or every 3 days, whatever it may be, and save it. And so it saves it. So in 3 days, it'll pop her name back up so that it reminds me to reach out to her. If you have a new customer that just signed up, you can do the same thing with them. So they would be under customer because it links to your back office. If they've just started, then you can say, set a reminder, I need to reach out to her in 3 days when her products get here. And then you can say, okay, I've reached out to her, on Monday. Now I need to reach out to her on Thursday to see how she's doing with her products. And then, however else you need to do it. But it's super easy. You can do it on your phone too. And I'm the same way as Erin. I kind of feel like I had cycled through everybody, but I've had very few duplicates. The thing I have the most is Plexus ambassadors. I'm like, I do not need to reach out to you. So I'm working on clearing them out. But besides that, it's been awesome.
Yep.
So Laura Lee just said she tried to sign up and it said it wasn't available till January. I got an email saying that people could start signing up now and get a 14-day trial. So I'll try to find out if that 14-day trial, I don't think they've started charging yet. Have they, Erin?
No, but it starts tomorrow. Like it launches tomorrow.
Okay.
So
maybe that's why, Laura Lee. Try again tomorrow. I think it's $19.99, $14.99 a month.
Something like that. I think it's $19.99 for the monthly. It's $14.99 if you sign up for the year.
The year. Okay. So, I would encourage you to give it a shot for, a month, see if it's something that helps you. It's, taken one big step out of my weekly to do. So that's been helpful. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank y'all for hopping on tonight. We hope this is helpful. And yeah, we'd love to hear feedback about the new onboarding sheets. So y'all use them and let us know what you think.
Thank y'all.
Bye y'all. Have a good night.